I've started playing the game already, so let's pick up on my save. I've picked up all the general game mechanics by now, so I can explain them to you, as opposed to starting the game fresh. So hopefully this will be useful. So we start with a day, and here's my guy. He's trying a phone to start the car, and that is the start of every day. So we start off and let's have a look at our stuff for the day. Treadway and settled with food poisoning, and they expect to be in hospital for 5 days. Okay, so I have so the brown represents the detective, and Cecil is actually my main copper. He's fucked, so they're both fucked and they both have 5 days. Okay, thanks. Shift A. This is my shift. Consists of all these officers. All the blue guys are officers, and these three here. The brown guys are the detectives, and we'll see what they do in a minute or two. I just want to bring the attention to Bonds, Sonny Bonds. No, I can't actually click on him right now, but Bonds. The name Sonny Bonds comes from the Police Quest games. So Police Quest 1, 2, 3. Sonny Bonds is the protagonist in those games. So I really appreciate the fact that they've pulled the name Sonny Bonds across into this game. And of course I'm working him to give him more experience and points and trying to build him up to be a great member of my staff. But let's see how it works. So, these are my staff. Let's start the day. I can pick some music from a selection of records, although I think this little feature in the game is fairly ridiculous and pointless, and I'm going to skip the music, so let's just skip that and go to the map. So here's the map, so you see here's 7 AM. Map of the city, as there is. Let me just pause it for a second, and let's see what Mafia share. Oh yeah, so in the previous day I found a weapon and I asked the Mafia to sell it, so I'm going to take the money.
211 in progress.
Black protest. Don't forget to prepare for the upcoming meeting with the prosecutors one day. Okay, so there was a protest about the amount of black people in my, in the constituency in general, and in the police force specifically. So, well, we'll take a look at the morality. Those up there. Let's have a look. So the first case of the day. Let's have a look here. Vandalism, common monument. An elderly woman has reported that children wearing hoodies have painted rude words on a nearby monument. That doesn't really sound like the biggest deal, so let's send one of our deputies to that one. You can see here all of our officers for the day, that part of the shift, and the star rating is, their proficiency and how good they are, basically. This sounds like a pretty menial case, so let's just send Wolf to this one. This isn't 9 AM, so it is quite an eventful day already. Suicide threat. A teenage girl slipped past the skyscraper guards and found her way onto the roof. She's now standing on the edge. A guard called the police and said that he was afraid to approach the girl. You can tell that the girl is serious. Okay. Well, so my little subplot in this game is, because I know Sonny Bonds from the Police Quest games, I'm going to send him in here. And I always like to pair him up with Grant, because I really like the idea. I don't know if this is going to work in this game or not, but I like the idea of these two, being a police couple, as it is. So Bonds and Grant. There's no other slots available to send anyone else, so these guys are going to go sort that out. We have another case already as well. And what's it? Suicide threat. A trucker saw a teenage boy climb over the safety fence in the middle of the bridge. The driver stopped and tried to talk to the boy, but the boy became hysterical, screaming, "Don't come any closer, I'll jump!" Okay, so we need to sort out the boy, obviously. And it's only one man I can send on this case, or one woman as it is, a police officer. So who should we send? Well, I feel like I'm going to send Sterling. Go for Sterling. We saw that case out. Now then, I have a 4 marker on my police station. What's this about? Labour market. Okay, so I can hire some more people. Robert McNamara. Shift A, Shift B. Oh, Shift B is very much lacking in police officer personnel right now. And that may be because of events that have happened that precede this video, so I think we need to hire all of these for Shift B, basically. You, Shift B, Shift B, and Shift B. There we go. Okay. And the day continues. It's 10:30 in the morning right now. We've got a message here. We've got vandalism on the offender escaped. Officer unharmed, Wolf, but he didn't catch him, so he lost some points there. Okay. 4:11. 30 a.m. Okay. Suicide. 110 in progress. Bonds and Grant, the couple that I sent there, they sorted the problem, caught the offender. They're unharmed, no civilians harmed, things are all good. They got points, bonus points for solving the case. It's all good. Closed. 4:11 complete. Now then, we have a new case here, and very close to the police station. Hit and run. The pedestrian said he saw a dart pickup careen onto the sidewalk and hit 2 teenage skateboarders. Didn't even slow down, he just smeared those poor kids, kept driving straight ahead. Drunk freak. Okay, so I think we need to send some decent officers to this one, so I'm going to send my main man on this shift, Robbins. Maybe a couple of subordinates, I don't know. Maybe Van Dahl and Klausner. Come on, those are 3 of my top 4 men available right now, so go on. Sort that out. 413 in progress. Sterling, she went to the bridge. She found the guy responsible. Got him. No injuries to anyone. Brilliant. Okay, it's 1 in the afternoon now, and we have an event here where animal assault. We received a rambling call from a man who claims that he returned home from work to find a huge cat sitting on his doorstep, crouching ready to attack. It was growling like a Tyrannosaurus, told the victim. A cat. Okay, well, you know, this sounds like the most menial case possible, so I'm going to send in Hollinger, because I like your name, Hollinger. And I like your moustache, that looks pretty cool. You can deal with this on your own, I'm sure. Go for it. 210 in progress.
I was trying to raise 10-1, Sergeant Top Spot.
So the hit and run in the city centre. The situation is more serious than we thought, requesting reinforcements. So we sent Robbins, Van Dahl and Klausner already. 3 of my top 4 guys. They need more men. Okay, so at this point, I can't imagine they're going to need men of that much values to the force. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send my 2 weakest guys, Wolf and Hernk, and who can lead them? Barnes. bonds, but I like to pair bonds with Grant when I can, so maybe not, maybe Underwood. In the meantime, we have a call in disorderly conduct in Fleet Street. The pensioner looked out her window and saw a crowd of naked people running through the streets. She didn't know what to think and called a neighbour who had also witnessed the outrageous spectacle. The women together called the police and demanded an immediate explanation. Well, naked people running through the streets doesn't sound, all that terrible, but I don't know. Let's add in a few people here. Maybe Barnes and Grant. You guys can lead this. And maybe Sterling and Perez. I think 4 of you guys, my top cops, should be able to deal with this. I can send a paddy wagon in as well. Well, I'll definitely solve the problem. I think so. Let's do that. It's coming to 3 PM in the afternoon.
What can be completed?
Fender Court, officers unharmed, all good. So that situation that we have to send more people to, it's all good. Everything's fixed, all good. Everyone gets bonus points, all good.
413 completion.
Animal soul. Catastrophic attacks. He's just an ordinary neighbour's pet and poses no threat to anyone. What a surprise is that? He's just a cat. That's
210
good.
complete.
Disorderly conduct. What's going on here? Ah, yes. Bonds and Grant, they pick up their bonus points for this one. Offender Court, officers unharmed. Paddy wagon probably helped. Things are all good. Everyone gets points. Case closed. Coming up to 5 PM now. Anything much more gonna happen that's exciting today? Let's see. 5:30. 6. Here we go. Christopher Sand. I guess that Mrs. Sand is leaving Freeburg, but somehow learned the route and prepared an ambush. It's turning into a shootout. We need any help we can get. Well. So one of the subplots to this game is that you're not just a law enforcement officer or chief or whatever as it was, but Christopher Sand is one of the big mob bosses in the game, and you owe a certain allegiance to him as well. So in this specific example, he is offering me the ability to send some police to essentially protect the mob boss and his family and his guys from the general evildoers or crime people in the city. And by helping him and saving his people, it keeps you in favour with the mob bosses, which is a very interesting aspect of the game. But I think for the time being, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it. I'm going to help Mr. Sand because he's helping me in some ways. So I'm going to send him Barnes and Grant. Awesome to them. With an assistant of perhaps I don't know. Maybe Holland give it the Tash. Those 3 will go in there. The day ticks on. 7 PM. 7:30. Not much more going on in the city tonight. Oh, here we go. In the 8 PM. There's another call from Sand. Looks like Varga. Okay, so Varga is the other mob boss in the city. And you had to make a choice earlier on in the game to decide between Varga and Sand. And I chose Sand. So this is kind of the outcome of that decision. So Varga let a bunch of angry punks off unleashed, and now they're brawling with our men right outside the ice rink. There's a few dozen people in the brawl, so the police better step in. Okay, it sounds pretty serious, so they're sending our main man. They're sending Robin, main man, and Johnson, and Sterling. These are my top men available right now. My top men and women available right now. My fours. Of 8. 9.
216 in progress.
10 p.m.
212 in progress.
Unlawful assembly in City Hall. People wearing white caps and cover outside City Hall demanding a return to the good old days of segregation and slavery and free work. The crowd chanting, "White is right." Some were seen carrying revolvers. Okay, so the right-wing fascists taking over. We need to send the best people we have available here and include, I'm going to include the SWAT team, absolutely. And who's available? Well, Vandal, Clouds, no. Underwood, Perez, Enke, Wolf. Gonna send in everyone basically. Could send in a paddy wagon too, but I think I might need this for the other cases going on here. And in fact, I might just have to take one of these people out because I can see something else is about to happen too. So, Underwood, you come out of here. You guys, take Wolf out as well. 4 men plus the SWAT team. You should be able to deal with that. In the meantime, I have no association to deal with. What's this? Destruction of property. Live good mini market. Supermarket manager Sonia Franco reports that an elderly man deliberately overturned the vegetable table and is refusing to pay for damages. He tried to escape, but store guards managed to detain the offender. Well, that doesn't really sound like the most violent cases. I think Sonny Barnes. Yeah, deal with this on his own because he's the man. Makes me feel like I should have sent more people to the other case now, but I might get the opportunity in a second to send reinforcements. Let's see what happens. Coming up to midnight now. Midnight passes. Here we go. Homicide. Oh, this is my investigations. Okay, we'll look at that in a minute. This one.
I was trying to raise 10-1, starting top spot.
Here we go, we need backup. Backup to City Hall. Well, I'm going to send my 2 other best people, Grant and Underwood. You guys go. Robbery report. Okay, we'll come across the investigations in a minute.
212 complete.
Destruction of property. Barnes. Sonny Barnes went there. Caught the man. And he's fine. That's great. That's what I want to see. Unlawful assembly on this one. Loaded people turned up. Offender caught. Officers unharmed. Civilians unharmed. And we found a weapon as well. Okay, that's a good turnout. That turned out okay. Brilliant. So I can either make some money for my team by asking the mafia to sell it, or I can bring it to the police station as evidence. But then I won't get shit from it. So I like the idea of making money in all circumstances. So let's ask the mafia to sell it. There we go. That's the end of day 27. And that gives you an idea of what this is the police is all about. There's a big overarching narrative of your main guy, who essentially you are, to play the role of police boss or whatever it is. The guy who makes all these decisions that you're making on a daily basis. And it's a very interesting noir case where you have to deal with well, a personal life plus also the situation as intimated earlier, where you have a couple of different gangs who are trying to take over the city. We just end the day and see what happens. I think we should get some tokens here. Here we go. Christopher Sand, the guy who I mentioned earlier, who's obviously got a lot more chips fall onto his card there. And Vargas, it was like 30-13 by the looks of it. And that's what happened. So let's have a look. What does this say? Varga was the other guy, you know, the guy that isn't Christopher Sand. He was the leader of the other gang that was trying to take over the city. So what does it say? The war is over. Vickers Varga has been defeated and his army of street punks and thugs has been broken. No one knows what happened to Vickers himself, but it doesn't really matter now. He'll never show his face in this city again. And there we go, and that's the end of day 27. What else do we have to do here? Shift A, Shift B. Don't really think I need to do anything much here, just end the day. And now we move on to day 28. A few newspapers thrown onto your breakfast table, toilet stolen from City Hall, zoo animals starving, and Freeburg hosting the greatest lasagna in history. Well, these are all very interesting headlines, but I don't think they bear any relevance whatsoever to your work. So here I am again, starting the car. Ah, shit. Mr. Boyd, how do you feel about the Black Rights Movement? Oh, fuck. Nah, shit. Now we're all getting into fucking politics, man. How I feel about it is none of your business, because you are some kind of, you know, it's none of your business. Yeah, it's a private matter, that's a fair point, that's what I'm saying. Anything else? Why did you send your officers to a peaceful black rally? It's my job. You receive a news complaint. You can't protest the SC. Well, it's my job. I send my officers wherever they may be needed. Okay. Do you think that the participants of the peaceful rally posed a threat to others? It's hard to say. It's hard to say, I think. In such a large crowd, there may be a couple of bad apples, who knows? In recent weeks, large-scale protests have rocked Freeburg. First, feminists marched into Desire Park, and today the blacks gathered outside City Hall. What do you think is the reason there's been so much rise in civic activism in the city? Well, my initial response to that, even before I read the answers, was going to be stirring up by right-wing media. And so the possible answers are the new generation, activist journalism, or I have nothing to say. So based on my theory of the right-wing media, I suppose I have to go with activist journalism. The media is chasing ratings instead of reporting news. Newspapers and TV are completely out of control. They describe minor mistakes like catastrophes and incite the people to take power into their own hands. We can all see how that turns out. Exactly, spot on, I agree with that. Mr. Boyd, are any of your friends black? Yes, no, or I don't have any friends. Well, I think there's a very simple answer to that question. I don't have any friends. I had friends back in the academy, but in my position it's difficult to maintain good relationships relationships with people. Mr. Boyd, did you give the order to suppress the protest by force? No. I don't know, did I? I can't remember. Where's the option to say, I'm sorry, I'm an alcoholic. I don't remember what the fuck I did 2 hours ago, let alone yesterday or 3 days ago. I don't know. Should we blame City Hall or blame the Mafia? It's a difficult one. Yes, it's a very difficult one. The Mafia boss called me at home and demanded the protest be suppressed by force, otherwise my family would suffer. Fucking hell. So you've seen what seemed like a fairly frivolous day in the world of my detective here actually turned out to be quite an incredibly difficult decision to be made at the end of that, and that's why I find this game very interesting. It's very political, and it's very based on legal grounds and the law and the police. It's just really interesting. The headlines for today: accident at the reservoir, water runs out in 2 days. This fall, record rainfall in Freeburg. Hey, how do those two things, what? Those two don't tally? And the joint student falls from 5th floor window injured. They did pretty well to just be injured from the 5th floor, mate. You'd think he'd have kicked the bucket, as you might say. Okay, so let's go to work. Start the car again. There we go. Chief, my son came down with a serious illness. I think I better take off work. Sorry, can I go home? Yeah, I guess so. Have a strike to add to someone. You know what? I'm gonna add Sterling. She's always there for me. Start the day. Big pile of paperwork.
You know when a police chief really feels his power? When he hires and fires people? When he throws folks in jail? When he's bossing everyone around all morning? No, there's no power there. Just bureaucratic red tape. Like directing traffic. Not that it's all bad. No, I feel it the most when people come to me with accusations. Accusations happen outside the law. They don't need to be rational or supported by evidence. They don't petition justice in the careful words of legal formality. No, an accusation is a personal cry, full of resentment or envy, a defeated moan, or an angry howl. The accuser rarely imagines you'll share their resentment, their envy, their hatred. No, but they do imagine that your love of power is so strong that you'll leap to decide the fates of others, happy just to take someone's word for the facts. Businessmen accuse the gangsters blame our public figures denounce politicians, the politicians point to the businessmen. When it comes to accusation, there's only one rule. Don't aim too high. If you overestimate your own importance, then complaining can cost you your life. So choose the easier path, exaggerate as far as you can, and try to make your plea sound as sad and pathetic as possible. The accusation I received today sure didn't fit the normal mold. After killing Vikas Varga and routing his supporters, Sand further strengthened his already powerful authority. Even a month ago, anyone coming out against Sand would sound like a lunatic with a death wish. Today, It's the same thing as suicide. But the letter I'm holding in my hands directly connects Henry Sand, lieutenant of the Sand Mafia family, to the reported death of successful banker John Pazzi. Henry has a daughter, Marianne, a dancer, and apparently it all started with her. One day, Marianne danced in the title role of a production of Giselle, and Henry, proud father that he is, brought the whole family to the premiere, along with some of the family's business partners. Among their guests was the young banker John Pazzi. He couldn't keep his eyes off Marianne, but she ended up brushing him off. In response, Pazzi ambushed her one night after rehearsal, pulled her into his limousine, and had his way with the poor girl. After that, gentleman that he was, he drove the girl home and threatened that if she told anyone what happened, her mother would get the same treatment. But her father still managed to shake the truth out of Marianne, and he decided to take his revenge. Of course, Henry knew he couldn't just go with his instincts and put a bullet in Pazzi in broad daylight. The rich bastard was too important for business, and Henry is neck-deep in the family business, overseeing transportations for the Sand Mafia. He knew about every delivery delay, every car, and every shop. It was mostly thanks to Henry that the whole sand operation rolls so smoothly. Henry has free access to all their off-book cars, and a tar black motive. Yeah, he could easily arrange the death of John Pazzi as a drunken late-night hit-and-run. But Henry Sand is smarter than that. If this story about Pazzi is true, he'd more likely go to the boss and ask permission. I'd have figured this letter the ramblings of a retired gangster looking to spice up his life with little excitement. The way the letter started, my dear little old cupcake. I had every mind to toss it in the trash. But something else got my attention. They're rarely ever signed. But this one ended Robespierre. And I doubt it's an imposter. No one would go against the most powerful group in the city, hoping to hide behind the name of some prankster clown. Like everyone else, I had no idea who Robespierre was or what he wanted. But there was no doubt that this guy was more than a little crazy. An arrogant psychopath. Could be dangerous. Definitely worth looking into.
Robespierre. And I think that's gonna sum it up for the evening. So this game is very, very interesting, and I find it fascinating, and I'm going to keep on playing it. But that's a video just to give you a sense of the feeling of the game, and that's just one day. And you saw all the usual sort of police work during the day, and then more of the storyline aspect to it during the evening, with the talk of the, you know, where your protagonist actually starts to talk and discusses some of the more top level events and the and the mysterious man named Robespierre. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you again next time.